Hi y'all, welcome back to this video. So this video will be telling you about my fave book tropes and telling you about my least fave book tropes. Sorry this video is out late. I was extremely busy last week, didn't really have time to film, and I'm just getting around to filming after it was supposed to already be posted. So this video is going to be about a week late, but that was to be expected from getting back and doing a lot of things I have to do. So we're going to start with my fave book tropes. So I enjoy Brother's Best Friend because it is really great. And when it's Brother's Best Friend, you get that aspect of her having a brother and seeing their relationship and then seeing how he reacts when they find out about him dating the sister. And I feel like it's really interesting to read about a brother's best friend romance. And then on a very similar note, best friend's brother, because there's a difference between brother's best friend and best friend's brother. I feel like sometimes best friend's brother, you're knowing that guy, and it just feels like sometimes more of a betrayal to date him than brother's best friend. I don't know why, but I still enjoy it. And then I enjoy the billionaire trope, as long as the girl, when the guy offers her money and she rejects it, I don't like that. I'm just like, girl, sometimes the girl's so broke that I'm just like, girl, take the money. You need this. You need this money. I get it. You might not want to, but you kind of need this money to pay for certain things, so just take it. He's offering it. And sometimes billionaire romances are just great because, he can buy anything. And she doesn't have to worry about money. It's great. And then I do love enemies to lovers when it's done correctly, because a lot of times I see enemies to lovers in books and it's just they just don't like each other for a chapter and then they're promoting it as enemies to lovers, and I'm like, that's not enemies to lovers. When it is done right, I enjoy it. I enjoy a sports romance. I read a lot of them. Do I always know what's going on with the sports aspect? No. But it is entertaining. And it is fun to see. And sometimes it is fun to read about them playing the sports even if I don't fully understand it. And I do love when authors, when they're doing a sports scene, will explain to you what is actually happening, because we're not all sports geniuses or whatever. And then I enjoy grumpy sunshine romances. It just depends on what they are. Sometimes in the grumpy, the guy is half the time always the grump. There's obviously reverse grumpy sunshine where the girl is the grump and the guy is the sunshine, but most of the time you read it, it's the guy that's grumpy, the girl's the sunshine. And sometimes the guy is just a jerk and they're calling it grumpy, and I don't like that. But again, along the lines of the enemies to lovers, when it's done correctly, it is really good. And then I love found family. Found family is so great, especially I love the Boys of Tommen series. That is definitely a found family series, and obviously there's some cases when it's not done right, but when it is done really good, I enjoy it. 9 times out of 10, I love it. And then I would also say I do like slow burn romances when it is done correctly. If you're putting it slow burn and for half the book, at the halfway mark, that's when they get together, I'm just let's have them get together a little later. But also in a slow burn, I do like to see those interactions where I can see why they get together at the end. There's hand touching moments, there's a hug, there's conversations that you have to have those for me to a slow burn. So there's that. Now we're gonna move on to my least fave book tropes. These are book tropes that I don't like. I try to stay away from. Sometimes I can't really because they're in a lot of books, but most of the time I can. So the first one up is love at first sight. I don't like love at first sight. I don't like when the guy sees the girl right away and is instantly in love with her. I'm like, no. Do I like in books? Obviously, I don't want to be seeing everything in the world. Let's go, I don't like, okay, I'm trying to word this better. So, when I read a book, I'm reading it to escape from the real world. So, I do like to see it, not as if it's me or anything. But I do like some sort of realisticness. No one looks at someone and falls right away in love. I don't like it. I've never liked it. And I just think it's annoying because I'm just you see her once and you're in love. It doesn't work like that. Doesn't make sense. Just not for me. Obviously, other people can like these tropes, but I just personally don't. I do not like miscommunication. I cannot stand it. I'm like, if you two literally just talked, it would have been solved. And a lot of time they use miscommunication for a third act breakup, and I can't stand that. Like, sometimes there is a use of miscommunication that can be done right, but I never see it done right. Like, I'm just like, you overhear these two girls or something talking about the guy you're dating, and I'm just like, and then she all of a sudden like flips out and breaks up with him, and I'm just like, girl, go talk to him, have a conversation. If you two just sat down, talked, everything would have been great. And that's why I cannot stand miscommunication. Okay, this one's gonna irk some people. I do not like friends to lovers. In real life, yes. In books, not really. And that's a lot of times, I'm just like, these people need to have a conversation because they're having feelings like this whole book, and both of them like each other, but they're just not talking to each other, and it just annoys me. It's not something I've ever really loved. There's some books that I have liked it in, but most I don't. Second chance. I do not like a second chance romance because most of the time they had a first chance. They had a first chance at romance, and they messed it up. I don't feel like they should always be getting a second chance because they messed it up the first time. Obviously, there's some cases where a second chance can work, like if they dated in high school and they went their separate ways and now years later are getting back together, that's a difference. Like they were in high school and now they're like grown adults. That is a case where it could work. And I might like it, but most of the time, I don't like it. And then I don't like secret identity. I do not like when a guy is hiding who he is or a girl is hiding who he is to the person that they are going to fall in love with. I think you need to be honest with who you're going to be with, and you should not be lying about who you are, because that's just a big thing. So, that is it for my fave book tropes and my least fave book tropes. Like and comment down below and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!